morning, everyone. Kia ora. I'm Helen Brahms, and welcome to, what day am I on? That's a really good question. Day 1019. It is Serenity Sunday, so welcome. And you probably noticed I've changed my title thing a little bit because I am still a genealogist and I'm also a travel professional as well. So we're going to be combining these two and talking on different topics. And I'd also like to welcome the viewers in the Cruise Planners Have to Cruise group page that I have, as well as Your Family Tree Detective. I decided instead of just going live on my profile, why not go live on my pages as well? So we're doing that too. So it's all exciting today. I don't know why I haven't done that from the start, but you know, you live and learn. It's only taken me 1,019 days to figure that out. But I wanted to welcome you all to Serenity Sunday. It's the day of So what are you doing today to go, Now, I know there's some people that have to be physically active in order for them to be able to relax, and I totally get that. I'm not one of those people. I'm like one of those people that like to sit back quietly, put my feet up, read a book, watch a movie, go for a mystery drive because it's Sunday, so we like mystery drives as well. But today we've got bad air quality, so I'm not going to be driving unless I absolutely have to, and I'm leaving in like 30 minutes to go pick up my mail, and then I am done for the day. I will be inside Sparkles here. I may do some writing. I may do some movie watching. I may read a book. I may take a nap. I don't know, but it'll be a day of And the exciting part is that 7:45 p.m. tonight, Pacific time, I will be doing one of the Amazon Explore experiences. For those of you who that didn't watch yesterday's session, Amazon Explore is this. It's in beta testing because it says Explore beta. It's anyway I know. So I don't know if everybody has access to it, but in the descriptions below there are two links to the Amazon Explore. One is for the Melbourne laneways, which is what I'm doing tonight. And those that have not been to Melbourne before in Australia, we're going to have a guide, and I've paid for the group pricing. So groups are up to 7 people. But if you are all in one location, you can actually gather around the computer and watch. Now, your guide cannot see you, but you can see what the guide is seeing, what they show you, on camera. But you do have two-way communication, which is really cool. You can do private tours as well, where it's just you and you or a group of friends who are gathered around the same computer with the guide. So you can do it that way as well, which I thought was really cool because I thought I could do some fun things with those if I do cruise nights or land nights, especially on Australia. Well, they haven't got New Zealand on there yet. So on Australia, which they've only got Melbourne right now. But that's okay. I love Melbourne. Melbourne is a melting pot of cultures. And these laneways are basically alleyways. And you go down these alleyways and there's these little boutique type stores. There's cafes down there. There's murals. There's sculptures. All sorts of things can be found in the laneways of Melbourne. And it's been a while since I've been to Melbourne. It was like 95, I think I was in Melbourne. 94, 95, somewhere around there. It was a lot of fun to walk around the streets and that, but these laneways have come a long way since I was in. I mean, you're talking almost 20 years since I was last year, so there's going to be a lot of changes and stuff. So I thought, I really did enjoy Melbourne, so I'm going to be doing the Melbourne experiences that they have. So that one's tonight at 7:45 p.m. Pacific time. I'm doing that one. When you go to the Explore thing, you get to pick which day you want to go, and you get to pick your time. When you click on your time, it will show you what time it is in the destination you're going to be watching, where the tour guide's going to be working. So some of them are late at night because it's morning time for those that are your tour guides. Some are going to be early in the morning because it could be mid-afternoon or it could be evening time, depending on what tour they're going to be taking you on. There's different tours where you can go to cemeteries. There's things where you can work with a jewelry maker to make a piece of jewelry, and the jewelries include this one's in Paris. So in Paris, France, you can actually work with a designer. Everybody speaks English, and that's a one-on-one experience because you go in there and you get to work with the jeweler to make you a piece of jewelry, and it could be a pair of earrings, a pair of stud earrings, or a small pendant on a necklace. And they just require you to have pen, pencil, and a ruler, and you get to work together with this jeweler to make your piece, and they send it to you. Now, You're probably going, what about the shopping, shopping online? I'm not sure about this, giving my credit card information. You don't have to worry about any of that because it's all done through your Amazon account. So the vendors that you work with when you're doing the shopping experiences, it's all billed to your Amazon account. It is not, they don't see the payment information at all. They'll see your shipping information. I guess because they're going to ship you your stuff, but they won't see any of your payment information. So Amazon's done a really good job with doing that. I have not done any of the experiences yet. I was meant to do the Melbourne one last night, but the tour operator called off because he was sick. So hopefully he's feeling better for tonight. And then the other one I signed up for is next Saturday. There are so many in there. It's next Saturday, and it's one that I thought, oh, this will be really cool. And it's the secrets of homemade Argentine ice cream. And it's only 4 ingredients. There's whipping cream, full cream milk, caramel topping, and chocolate chips. It's got chocolate. It's got a big. It's a 30-minute class. For a group, it's like $5, but they've got a 50% special on at the moment on some of the experiences. So it's costing me like $2.50 for 30 minutes. Oh, and you need an electric beater too. For 30 minutes to learn about making homemade Argentine ice cream. And I'm so like, I am so excited. I don't need an ice cream maker either. So in that 30 minutes, you can actually just sit back, relax, and watch and follow and write down the instructions and stuff. Or you can actually have the ingredients in front of you and make it as the host at the same time the host is making it. So make it alongside with the host. And I thought that would be really cool. But it's all live stream. You actually get to talk to the person. It's all in English. It is only available in the US right now. It is only available in the US, and you have to have a desktop computer or a laptop. It does not work on tablets, does not work on iPads, does not work on phones. It has to be a desktop computer, and it has to be a laptop. And every experience, everywhere, all over the place, it has got what the requirements are. So people can't turn around and say, well, I couldn't get onto my iPad. It's like it's there. It's blatantly obvious as to what you need. They have it everywhere. So I'm excited that tonight I'm doing the Melbourne Laneways, and next Saturday I am doing the homemade Argentine ice cream. So I've put the links to those 2 experiences in the description below. And it must be after 9 o'clock. At around 9 o'clock every Sunday, my phone and my computer tell me how many hours of screen time. And my phone is really funny because it tells me, let's see if it'll bring it up. Your screen time was down 24% last week for an average of 2 hours and 10 minutes a day. That's on my phone. On my computer, it's like 9 hours. It was like 9 hours. My average time was 9 hours a day. And I'm not surprised since I sit and work at my computer all day. But anyway, that aside. So yes, I've got there the days and times that I am going to be on those experiences. So if you want to be on those experiences with me, you can. I'm not sure if you're in a group situation, if you can hear the other people or not. I'm not sure about that, but you definitely get to hear the tour operator. So you must be able to hear them. Oh no, because only the tour operator can hear what's going on. So, but it'll be a really cool thing to do. If you guys want to come join me, come join me. But today is the day of, I was thinking of doing laundry today, and I was like, my body is just saying absolutely not, no way, no how. You can get up during your movie watching and you can do your marching in place, but we ain't going to go do no laundry thing because that requires me using the car backwards and forwards and all of that. And I'm sort of like, yeah, okay, I agree with that. Voice is a little scratchy because of our air quality right now. All of the allergen stuff is high. It's meant to be through till 9 o'clock tonight, but we shall see if anyone comes in to blow it all out. Excuse me. So I'm a little froggy today. Only because due to allergies and the fact that we've got this ozone pollution. So I'll be spending as much time as possible inside with the ACs on because we're getting to 105 today, which for those back in New Zealand, it's over 40. We're over 40 degrees today. So yeah, we're a little on the warm side, but we'll just keep nice and cool inside and just spend the day relaxing. May take a nap, may not, may do some writing, may not, may read. Puzzles, I don't know. I got my puzzle books when I was at Barnes & Noble last week. I restocked my puzzle books. I love my puzzle books. I've got a whole book of logic puzzles. I'm like, yes. Was doing them on the lap. I had logic puzzles available on the iPad as an app. So I went in, but I got through the 100 and something puzzles that they had in like 4 days. And they started you off at the little ones and then worked their way up. But yeah, and done got like 100 and I think it was 120. Got done in 4 days. So yeah. But anyway, so we may even start watching episode 4 of Star Wars. We've finished with the first 3. Watched The Rise of the Sith last night. And I don't care how many times I watch that movie. I'm always, when you get to that particular place where oh God, Anakin decides to makes that decision to let his anger rule him. It's like, no, don't do it. Don't. You always, every time he's in a situation, go, no, don't do it. Don't do it. You know he's going to do it anyway because that's how Darth Vader comes along. So, you kind of already know the ending because you've been watching the other 3 episodes that come after this one. And so you know who he is, and this is the story of how he gets there, but you're still pleading and begging with him, don't do it, don't do it. You know he's going to do it anyway, no matter how many times you scream at the movie. Anybody else do that? Am I the only one? But anyway, so go out today, have a super fun. Oh, and our question for the month. We have a question for May. We haven't talked about this for a while. So this is all part of telling your story. And when you do your travels, do you go back and do you journal while you're on your travels? Do you go back and write about your travels? These are stories that you should be telling your story as life happens, so that you don't have to go back and think, oh, where did we go for that again? Oh yeah, because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm having some things I have journaled, some things I have not journaled. I don't have all my journals with me to see what I've done, what I haven't done. So when I sit down to write, it's sort of like an idea will pop into my head. Oh yeah, let's go write about that. So at the moment, I'm still writing about our time on the river cruise back in 2011 when we did the river cruise. We spent 2 nights in Prague. Then we bussed down to Nuremberg, where we got to spend an afternoon walking around just on our own for a couple of hours while they took our bags to the riverboat. And then they came back and picked us up. And then we boarded the ship. And when we boarded the ship, it was my birthday. So I already knew they were going to do something special for it because they'd asked if they could make a fuss. I said, absolutely. And then we ended up spending the evening with 2 couples. And we ended up sitting at dinner together. And the lady sitting across from me, it happened to be her birthday that day as well. So we've been birthday buddies ever since, and always sent each other birthday wishes and everything on our birthdays. And then I found another one, another friend of mine, her birthday is also the same day as mine, and she was one of my business development managers from one of the cruise lines. And found out that one when we're 3/4 of the way through recording a podcast at the time. So it was kind of interesting. Oh, and speaking of podcasts, that's the other thing I have to tell you guys about. So yesterday at my mastermind group, we're masterminding and talking about things and everything else, and something popped into my head when we were talking about podcasts and everything. It's sort of like, I have been doing these Facebook Lives every day for 1,019 days. June 31st is going to be day 1,096, which is the 3-year mark. But I thought, what can I do to help enhance this for you guys instead of just hearing what I'm up to these days and little ideas and things like that. So what can I do to help enhance that? So I have a really amazing group of friends who I am going to be enticing to come on. So twice a week, and I'm still got to work out which days are going to work better with the schedules and everything else. But twice a week on the evening Facebook Lives, because we don't always get to the morning ones because the morning schedules. So you guys are getting lucky. You get to see me twice today. Woo! But on the evening ones, we're actually going to have, there's going to be 2 evenings a week where we're going to have guests on. And they may have something to do with genealogy. They may have something to do with travel. They may have absolutely nothing to do with either. But their businesses are really, really cool. And some of their businesses can be tied back to genealogy, can be tied back to travel. But most of them have these incredible businesses, and I'm very blessed to call them friends. So, and some of them I have worked with. So I'm bringing you some good quality people, and it's going to be 2 evenings a week. I'm trying to think. I know Thursday will not be one of them. We're definitely ruling out Thursdays because some Thursdays at 5 p.m. I have a mastermind group meeting. And then another Thursday in the evening, I have my Polka Dots networking group, which we do virtually because it's the worldwide chapter. And so it definitely will not be a Thursday night. Monday nights, absolutely not. So we're down to Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Because I really don't want to go on the weekends with those. Weekends are kind of a little floaty on the weekends. So it'll either be a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Friday night. So we're going to choose 2 out of those nights. I'm kind of leaning towards Tuesdays and Fridays, but I have to talk with the people that I want to bring on and figure out which night's going to work best for them. You will know in advance who is going to be on if I get my act together. I will get my act together so that you will know in advance who is going to be on. But I have people who are from all walks of life, even anything from self-care through to creating a legacy to leave behind for your families, to health and wellness. Who else is out there? Entrepreneurs in different businesses, people who are speakers and coaches. So I'm going to get to bring you some incredible people who are just, I'm in awe of some of them. I am in awe of some of them. In fact, most of them I'm in awe of. Knowing some of them, I know a little bit about their background. Some of them I know a lot about their background. And some I don't actually know their background at all, but I don't care because I just admire them as the person that they are today. And those are the people I'm going to be bringing to you. So stay tuned for those. We will be putting announcements out, hopefully the day before. So the evening before the live on the live that I do the evening before, I'll let you know that if we've got a guest coming on the following night. But I'm kind of excited about that, getting back into doing podcasts, but doing them as videos. And so you get to see these people and meet some amazing people. It's going to be awesome. Like I said, these people are dear friends of mine and have amazing businesses, incredible hearts. So stay tuned. We may even have one this Tuesday. I don't know. I haven't talked to anybody yet. I only just announced yesterday to the group, hey, this is what I'm going to do. But, and there's friends who are not in that group that I've already keyed them up saying, hey, I want you to come on my show. Can you come on my show? So we're going to be doing some swapping with other people as well. So there's going to be a big mix of people coming in. So I hope you tune in on those days that we have the guests, because it is going to be awesome. And you never know, you might pick up some great tidbits along the way. We may tie it to genealogy and travel in a way, but I just want them to be themselves, and it's going to be 20 minutes. And we're just going to be interviewing them about their businesses and things like that. Maybe some of them will tell their life story. I don't know. I haven't spoken to them yet. I've got a list of people already. I have my list of people. So I'm busy contacting them all right now. So if you're one of on my list, expect a message or an email shortly, sometime this week, to talk about that. So anyway, that's it from me for now. Oh, hang on. We're going to talk about the question mark. Where are some places you have vacationed during your lifetime so far? And do you have any favorites? I mean, we got to do lots of vacations. And this is part of telling your story. And also in telling your story and remembering these places, that you have visited over the years, and you've got these favorite ones. Now that you're old, it may have been places that you visited when you were kids, but now that you're an adult, have you taken your own children back to those places or told them the stories about the vacations that you had there? It could be that you went on a fabulous trip to Alaska. I love Alaska. Been there twice. I've only ever done the Inside Passage, though. I've got to get over to the main part of Alaska. Have you been to Alaska? Did you have, what experiences did you have in Alaska? I remember the second time I went there, it was a hard trip because that was the first cruise I did without Brad after he passed. And he passed in September, and I did this one 6 months later. It was a tough cruise, but I learned a lot about myself on that cruise. And got lots of inspiration for story ideas as I was, because I've had this, those that have been following me know that I've had these book ideas in my head for a couple of years, maybe longer than a couple of years, about, actually Brad was still alive. So yeah, a number of years. And I have been taking notes over time. I have plot ideas written out. I have character files up the wazoo. I'm going through, got some old magazines I'm going through because I came across them when I was sorting. I was like, oh, I need to go through those. And it's turned out that as I'm going through them, I might get a little, virtual tap on the shoulder going, that's my car, that's my, I've got that watch, or I've got this, I got that. So clipping the things out and putting them with, or taking a picture of them and putting them on my, attaching it to that client's profile, that character's profile. So it's fun doing this sort of stuff. Oh, I went there on vacation. Well, tell me about your vacation. No, not now. I'll tell you, some of these characters I have, they've got attitudes. So keep scrapbooks of information. You can keep them digitally, or you can keep them physically. I mean, I was going through one magazine today, and they had these really yummy smoothie recipes. There was double peach perfection, berry banana blast off, and very veggie power up. I looked at the veggie power up, and it's got spinach, carrot, avocado, cilantro, agave syrup, and flaxseed. And I was like, that actually sounds really good. And then the double peach perfection has peach nectar, pitted peaches. I wouldn't want them with the pits, and would you? Ground flaxseed and rolled oats. And the berry banana blast off has frozen mixed berries, cranberry juice, peeled banana, non-fat vanilla Greek yogurt, and flaxseed. And I was looking at all of these recipes, and I'm like, we're going to have to pull the Vitamix out for these instead of just having the little personal one that I have, because there is no way all of these ingredients are going to fit in my little personalized blender cup. So, yeah. So that was kind of cool. So I pulled that out of a magazine today, and it was another thing that I pulled out. I thought this was really cute. This was said by Jane Austen. There is no charm equal to tenderness of the heart. And they even had it inside a little heart. They're cute. So you can cut them out and that sort of thing. So what did I cut out here? I have no idea. I just cut out something, got a bit of words, and we'll figure that one out later. But so take notes when you're traveling and stuff. I have just a little notebook that's like I think it's like a 3x5 notebook, 3 inches wide by 5 inches tall, and that it's small enough it can go into a pocket. Except the pen doesn't fit in the pocket with the notebook. But I usually have like a day pack on anyway. And when I'm out walking and I'm in some place, I might take it out and I just do like bullet points for the day. So when I get back and do the journaling, I can do the journaling either later that day or I do it a couple of days later. I have those bullet points there from my vacation so that I can write up the notes. And I know I have a notebook with my river cruise notes on it, but I don't know where it is right now. I wonder if it's in my day pack. It might still be in my day pack. I'm going to have to go check that out. I have a lot of things in my day pack, and I don't carry it with me. I have my running buddy with me when I go out, and my running buddy holds my phone. It's got a little RFID protected card holder, and that's all I need. And then my car keys, and they go in the pocket. And that's all I need. So I don't need to carry a handbag with me at times or a day pack. But sometimes I do if I know I'm going to be out for a while, because that has all my writing materials in it. And I probably should do that with because I don't like getting caught without my pen and paper. But people say, I bet you got the phone. Yeah, I've got the phone. And I talk notes into it, and then I've got to come back and decipher them, because sometimes the phone doesn't like the accent and writes different words. It's why Siri and I don't talk. Yes, I don't ask Siri any questions. Alexa, I will ask her questions because she's pretty good at picking up the accent thing. But Siri, not so much. So when I'm talking about plans on a ship, which are known as the deck plans, it comes out sounding like another word. And one time I actually asked Siri for the deck plans of a particular ship, and Siri comes back and says, I'm sorry, I can't help with that. Or no, that is not appropriate. Alexa replied with that one another time. They come back and say, I'm sorry, that's not appropriate. I'm like, what's not appropriate about looking for the floor plans of a ship? But it have picked it up as another word and decided that yes. So Serena and I don't talk. We have communication issues. Yet when I'm on the phone doing the voice thing, it picks up the accent pretty well. So it's like there's two different bits of technology going on here. So the talk to text thing works well on the phone, but talking to Siri and asking questions, not so much. Asked Alexa the same questions because I happened to be on the TV at the time, and she brought up her little list of things. So it was kind of cool. Anyway, I'm out of here. I've rambled on long enough. I've got to go get my day started. I have to go now and get my mail, which means leaving Zeffie behind. So we'll plug a movie in for her and leave her little treats hidden around. And I think there might be a bark box there. I know the bark box was sent earlier in the week. And I got notification the parcel arrived yesterday, so I'm hoping it's her bark box. And then we can do an unveiling of and a box opening for her later today with that, because she loves her bark box. She loves them. She's only had 2 so far and really enjoyed those. So anyway, I'm out of here. Go have a super fantastic sparkling Serenity Sunday. And remember to take time to go and just melt into a pile of goo and relax. Until later on this evening, we'll catch you guys back here around 6 p.m. this evening. Hey, konera.